hold on, hold on. There's Miss Pants. It's a tough day for me. This is a tough, 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 tough day. All right, so she went blind 2 weeks ago. It's just completely throwing my life upside down. Hopefully, she'll regain some vision. I'll find out more in a couple days. They're treating her, and we'll see what happens. Hi, Miss Pants. Hold on. Let's watch the Pants do her thing. Hi, whoever's watching. You probably don't want to watch this. What are you doing? So, yeah, they left. So she's blind. When I take her outside, sometimes I say there is no way this dog is blind, and then other times I say she can't see. And other times I say she might have distant vision, but not close, and she might have day vision, but not night. I don't know. I have no idea. So if you don't watch the other videos, I moved in here like 3 months ago to help out my mom. She's older. She's been driving me absolutely up a wall, and she knows it. She has not made life easy for me the whole time I've been here. She's well aware of it. And Sunday, she woke up, did what she always does, goes on the sofa. She was going to curl up and sleep. Probably would have been better off had she done that, but I don't know. Maybe not. So she just she doesn't drink water. She's like any elderly person. They don't drink water. They don't eat. They just don't. They don't eat. They don't take enough water. And everyone who gets admitted to the hospital is dehydrated. That's just a reality. Because most of us don't drink enough water. She doesn't drink enough water. A couple days ago, I think she drank less than 8 ounces each day. Poor Pants. This is agitation and lethargic from the medication she's on. She's not panting as much tonight. Normally she pants. The medication makes her pee a lot, drink a lot, and pant a lot. But she's done fairly good today, from what I can see. And I think a little bit of that has to do with the TV's not on right now, and my mom's not over there petting her and giving her attention. And when she's not getting all that attention, she sleeps, which is good. So she woke up this morning, and I said, take your medication. And then I walked out of the room, and I came back in, and I said, why are your pills still in your hand? And she said, having trouble swallowing. And I thought, this is not good. This is definitely not good. But me being an internet doctor said she's not swallowing because she's so dehydrated that her body's dried up and her throat's not working and she can't swallow the pills. So I went back a few minutes later before I left, and she had swallowed the pills. And she says, don't leave, don't leave, I want you to stay. And I said, I'll make you breakfast, but I'm not going to stay here. I said, I can't watch you do what you're doing to yourself, and I just have to get out of here. If I don't get out of this place, it's just way too much for me. It's way too much after all this time to see this stuff go on day after day. And to survive, you got to get away from it. So I made her some breakfast. Figured light rice. I should have given her liquid. I wasn't thinking about that. I should have given her soup. But here's somebody who I know she didn't drink much after those 2 days where she had less than. She didn't take any water in. I watched the bottles. All right, Pants, I'm sorry. And then I gave her a big bottle of water, and I said, your goal for the day is to drink this water and to make sure that you eat. So I gave her some rice. Some rice is easy to swallow. And I left, and I came back, and most of the rice was still on the plate, and she said, I can't swallow, I can't eat this. Pants is really frustrated now. Yeah. You're okay, little lady. We're all having a hard time right now. So she said, I can't eat. I said, you can't stay at home and sleep the rest of the day and not eat. You're going to kill yourself. So you're not drinking enough liquid, you're not eating, you're going to kill yourself. You got to go to the hospital. I said, I'm going to call the paramedics. And she said, no, take me. And I said, I'm not going to take you. If I take you, you'll sit in the waiting room for hours to get admitted or to be seen. And you need to be seen right now. The paramedics will get you in. So got her, told her to get dressed. She got dressed, got the dog in the bedroom. She wasn't happy that she was locked in the bedroom for a while, especially because she can't see now. So it's like, why are you doing this to me? Fire truck came. What showed up? I think it was a fire truck and an ambulance. Yeah, fire truck and an ambulance. They came in. All right, I'm talking about my mom, so if you don't want to listen to the video, then just click off. There you go. Okay, so they came in. I told them what's going on, told them what medication she's on, gave her the medication bottles, said she needs to go to the hospital, and they said, we'll decide that. And I said, you're going to be taking her to the hospital. She should not be here. So they checked her blood pressure, and it was way up. Way, way up. And I don't know what their procedure policy is, but I think when blood pressure is at a certain point, now it's not a low priority call, it's a high priority call. And which means you better get an ambulance here. And there already was an ambulance, but you better, now it's a high priority call. So now we had a fire truck, a hook and ladder truck, and 2 ambulances, which was kind of difficult for them because the local fire department is split up right now because they're expecting rain next week. So heavy rain in certain areas, and so they sent some of the fire trucks, firemen up to that area to help in case there's a problem. Hi, little pantsers. You're such a beautiful lady. Okay, so 0 viewers because it's late and nobody watches my videos. That's all right. They checked her blood pressure again. I told them, I said, she was at the hospital. She was at the doctor last week. I said, this happens all the time. Her blood pressure is high. And then she takes off her mask and she stands up and they check it and the blood pressure is okay. So the guy who was in charge said, have her stand up. She stood up. Blood pressure was way, way up there. And then they went to check it a third time, and the supervisor said, that's enough. You already got 2 readings, which is pretty much, she's not staying in this house right now. This is dangerous. So I told them where she wanted to go, which hospital, and I said, I know that it's probably closed. What happens in Los Angeles is you have trauma 1, trauma 2 hospitals, and the paramedics have to get on the radio and request permission or authorization to go to the, why did that just, the monitor just went off. Request authorization to transport a patient to that hospital. And if the hospital has too many patients there, either from if the ER is too backed up, if the ER is backed up from too many patients or from too many ambulances there, they close it, which means we're no longer accepting patients from ambulances. We'll take walk-in patients, but we're not going to take ambulance patients. And then they try another, or I think on this, I don't know, I think on the system, maybe they're monitoring, everybody monitors the radio, and they might say, we can take you, or maybe they just have to request. I don't know how that works. So, but I know she's in the house, and I said, you don't have to bring in the stretcher, just walk her over to the door, put the stretcher outside by the porch. It will work better. So, these 3 huge firemen that are like 2 feet taller than her are holding her arms. She's just so she wouldn't fall over. And she says, come on, what are we walking so slowly for? Let's go faster. And so the fireman says, okay, but don't push me over. So they all laughed and they got her outside, and put her on the stretcher, got her to the paramedic ambulance, and yeah, I'm just having a hard time. That's why I'm stuttering. I'm just flustered all over my wording right now. Um, got her over to the ambulance, and then one fireman, he says, I hope if I make it to her age, I'm able to move around as well as she does. All right, you probably don't want to listen to this. Everyone else is clicking off, so I've got one viewer, and they're probably gonna. There they go. There they go. All right. So she gets in the ambulance, and then one fireman comes over and says, "Your mom says she loves you." And then I went over to see what's going on, and I said, "Don't worry, I'll probably be picking you up tonight in a few hours." So she's in there arguing with the paramedics because she likes to, even, even though she's going to the hospital, she's arguing. He says that hospital's closed, and I said, she said, "Well, I want to go there," and he's, "It's closed. We can't take you there." Said, "I want to go there. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm not going to go here." And so I leaned in and I said, "You don't have a choice. You can't make them take you where they can't take you." So I asked what hospitals were available. They told me, and I said, "Take her to that one." So went back in the house. I needed to get away from this place so that I didn't flip out. Gave the dog a little huggy and took off. Went back to relax, watched some airplanes for a few minutes, and just thought, I can't stay here. I got to get back to the house. So I called the hospital. We're waiting. I called the hospital. Your mom wants you to have your sister come out here. And I just said, my sister's not driving out here. I'm the one who watches out for my mom. My mom's got 3 daughters. I'm the one who's been taking care of her since my dad died. So, 2 sisters I haven't talked to in forever. One is not that far away, but she has next to no involvement at all. Not really too emotional, not really too interested. She just doesn't. She doesn't want to be involved. And she says, "Well, we all handle things differently." And I say, "Well, that's why she's not leaving you the house and the money, because you don't do anything, and you haven't earned it. And just because you're her kid doesn't mean you get money. She doesn't think you should get it. She wants me to have it." And I said, "I don't want it. I don't need it." But my mom said, "No, you're the one who's getting it. You figure out what you're going to do after that." So, a little side note over there. So she goes to the hospital, like I said, and then I get a call from the doctor, and the doctor says, "Your mom didn't have a heart attack, but she stressed out her heart while she was trying to eat and swallow." So I don't know what she was doing that she would stress herself out, forcing herself to eat or to swallow. I don't know how that. I don't know. That I know she wanted to eat, but if you can't eat, you don't eat, and then you go to the doctor. You don't force yourself. So she said she stressed out her heart. We're waiting for one more test. I said, "So she's not coming home tonight?" And she says, "No, she's going to be transferred to another hospital." Um, oh boy, this is tough. And then I got a call from the nurse, and he says, "Your mom's kind of agitated. She wants to go to a certain hospital. She doesn't want to go to the hospital in downtown." And I said, "Yep, that's my mom." He said, "So we've got a volunteer in there talking to her, trying to keep her calm until we find out where she's going." So then I got a call again, another call saying she's going to this hospital, which is the one she wanted to go to, and they already had a room set up for her. So she was set up to be admitted. And I said, "All right, let her know I'll talk to her tomorrow." And then I hung up the phone, and I sat down and cried my eyes out, because I know one day she's not going to be here. And when she's in the house, she drives me up a wall, and she's very difficult. And still, when you're sitting in the house alone, with a dog and you hear silence when you're used to the TV blasting and driving you out of your mind, and the walker slamming on the floor, and the up and down the hallway, and the get me tea and the make me dinner and put my plates in the trash and do this, and all of that is gone because it's totally silent. And I just lost it, cried my eyes out. I called up my sister, who went, oh, okay. So there's just nothing. There is no emotion. I tell her that every time I talk to her. I said, what in the world is the matter with you? There's no feeling that comes from you, from anything. And my mom's always saying she's just a very unhappy person. So, yeah, whatever. Sent a message to a neighbor who said, keep us posted. Another neighbor, that sounds stressful. Sent emails to her friends. One said, make sure that when she comes home, you make sure you give her Sprite regular, not diet. She needs Sprite regular. Because if you don't drink, you're not going to eat. And I'm like, oh boy. Another one said, your mother is very lucky to have you. And another one said, you're a good son. And another one said about the same, wishing the best for both of you and the dog. So it's a pretty bad time. I'm trying to sell my place, and the market is a nightmare. I got a dog that just went blind a couple weeks ago. That is just the amount of tears, the amount of trying to teach a doggy how to get up steps, trying to walk her in the dark, trying to help her, looking at her, driving her in the car, and seeing her look out the window like she always did, and then seeing absolutely nothing. And so she just plops down in the seat like there's nothing there. So it's tough to see this dog knowing she can't see. And that's not how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be when Mom was gone, this dog was going to run up and down this hallway and have a good old time in this house and live here and get older. And now I'm just hoping that some vision comes back. So, Mom's got hearing aids, like most people do out there. And I know the batteries are probably shot on them right now. So, no, you don't want to listen to this. Click off like everyone else. Go on. Bye-bye, bye-bye. See you later. Click. Okay, so she's got hearing aids, and I know that the batteries go at the end of the night, and she's not going to be able to hear much in the hospital. She is definitely admitted she's in the hospital now. She's probably sleeping. Probably gave her something to knock her out. At least she's alive. The scary thing about hospitals is when you go in there, if you stay in a bed for more than 2 or 3 days, most people, even healthy people, most people, their muscles start to weaken and you can't walk. And if you're healthy, you can recover pretty quickly. But if you're elderly, you end up going into a rehab place, which my mom would go out of her mind because rehab places are a nightmare. And they try to strengthen you, which they really, you go in a rehab place and you waste a week, and then they get her a physical therapist who, just a nightmare. It would be a disaster for her. And if they send her home, she'd need somebody to get her on the toilet or to teach her to walk or to strengthen the muscles. And so the longer she's in the hospital, the worse it is. Hopefully, they're going to do the check tomorrow. Check the throat, make sure there's no food impacted in the throat. Check the heart again to make sure that she didn't damage her heart trying to eat. And then I'll pick her up. So she's got wireless hearing aids. I didn't know this, but I went in the bedroom and I went in the bathroom and checked, and it plugs into a regular USB power brick AC adapter. So I got a bunch of power banks over here. I'm charging all of them up. I don't know which ones are going to work. And I'm going to go to the hospital tomorrow during visiting hours, and hopefully, I'll bring the little charging thing and hope she's in a room unless she's having her tests, and I'll be able to charge up her hearing aids. So that's the tough thing because it usually takes overnight. But if I can charge it up just a little bit, so she's got some hearing for a few hours. I can't spend the whole day over there. And this doggy is going to leave a mess all over the house, which I don't care about. You can see one stain after another, plus all the walker marks. Um, so right now, I'm dealing with a dog that's blind, dealing with a mother that's in the hospital. And years ago, on this exact week of the month, my dad died. So this week is an absolute nightmare for me. So I'm thinking about my dad, and I don't know if mom's going to come home from the hospital or if she's going to be fine. And then I got a little lady over here who can't see right now. So it's been a busy night, doing a lot of laundry, so I can bring her a few items to the hospital tomorrow. Hopefully she gets out of there. Hopefully they do the test and they release her at the end of the day. Just say, pick her up, she's fine. Follow up appointments. Um, Most hospitals do not want to keep people in there. They used to. They used to want to keep people in so they could make money, but they want you out. Plus, they have to justify you staying there, or they're not going to get paid. So I'm hoping she comes home tomorrow. That will be good for her. It'll be good for me. It will be good for her body, so she's going to be able to walk still and move around. And she's probably going to be living on liquids unless she damaged her throat trying to forcing herself to eat. I don't know what this is all about. So I cried my eyes out. I had a good cry. I got the doggy outside. She did her little thing. Um, she doesn't like to go out at night. She poops in the house now because she's blind. She doesn't want to go out. And because of the amount of water she's drinking, she held it in last night. She definitely held it in. I took her this morning at 6 a.m. I was wide awake because she came over towards me, and I know my ear is tuned to my mom, to the walker, to my mom coughing, to my mom choking, to the dog. I don't sleep. I don't sleep a full night ever anymore, which is really bad. But she came over at 6 o'clock, and 2 minutes later I was up. That's how fast it has to be. 2 minutes later I was up, um, in the kitchen, crushing her pill. She needs a pill twice a day. Crush the pill. Um, I was doing it at first. I tried to put the pill in her mouth. She let me do that for 2 days, and then after that, she said enough of this crap, and she got to the point where she'd run or she'd try to bite me. So I don't want to stress her. She's got enough tension going on here. Um, so I put it in salmon, and she ate the pill for about a week and a half, and then decided she wasn't going to eat the salmon. And this is important. She needs this pill. I can't, with the other pills, I can put them on the food, give her a few hours, hopefully she eats it. Oh, look at you, sleepy little lady. I'm a little pants. La 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 la. Okay, so I have two viewers. One of them's probably going to leave in a second. So, where are we at? Um, so I was putting it in salmon, and then she decided no more of this. And then I bought some ground pork and browned the pork and sprinkled the crushed pill powder on the pork, and she didn't care. She gobbled it down immediately. So, okay, so that works. And then I used to do it with other pills. I do it with eggs. She'll gobble them down. But she's not going to take these pills on eggs. And you can't leave it around all day. She's got to have them. So, what did I do yesterday? Yesterday, sometimes when I eat I make a sandwich. I take some sliced turkey meat and put it on a pita with some mayo, and it's filling. And I'll not good for her, but I'll pull off a little bit of the sliced turkey and let her have a few bites. And I went, okay, she likes the sliced turkey, so I put half the slice of meat, broke it up in little pieces, put half of it on the plate, sprinkled the ground pill on there so it would absorb, put the other part of the meat on there, and she gobbled it down. So I'm thinking I was supposed to make the salmon tonight. Got to make it tomorrow. I can make the salmon, but I can give her the meat, the sandwich meat, and she gobbles it down. It's not healthy because it's got sodium. You shouldn't give a dog salt ever. But she takes the pill immediately, and there's no hassle, there's no fighting, and it's over with. And then I can feed her some other stuff that's healthy. So that's where we're at with that. She goes to the ophthalmologist on Tuesday to get tested out, and they'll look at the optic nerve again and see if the medication is healing it. That's why she went blind. Autoimmune disease, which people get. The brain just says, I'm going to attack the body. It's kind of like an allergy thing. The brain says, I'm going to attack the optic nerve. And the optic nerve got swollen. And when the optic nerve swells, you go blind. And that's what she's got. So that happened 2 weeks ago. The medication is supposed to help get rid of the inflammation on the optic nerve. And if that works, she'll probably have scar. It's just like a person. When a person gets this, they go blind, and if they're not treated, their vision will usually come back within 3 to 12 months. There'll be permanent damage, and it won't be a perfect vision, but they'll get vision. Nobody knows how much vision, but usually they get vision. Usually they get partial vision. Sometimes they get no vision, and a dog's no different. But it's just amazing. Once she went blind, everybody I'm seeing or talking to, I'm saying, my dog just went blind. Oh, we had a dog that was blind. We had a dog. Like all the neighbors that I bring this up to. Oh, our dog was blind, and we had a dog when I was younger. So it's unbelievable how many dogs go blind. But usually they go blind. Oh, just lost the second viewer. Usually they go blind when they're very old. She's very young. So it just kills me seeing this. Absolutely. I adore this dog. I love her so much. Before I made this video, I went in this hallway. She was on the floor. And I know she's having a hard time because her world is totally dark right now. And that's why when she could see, she would look at me and she'd know when I was unhappy, and she'd come right over to me and lick my forehead and just be there for me, or lay down on the floor next to me when I wasn't feeling good. So she came over and licked my forehead. She was scared a little bit. I got on the floor. She licked my forehead. Was trying not to cry. Licked my forehead like she's always done. And then I put my hand out to pet her, and she started licking the top of my hand. And then she licked the other side of my hand, and then I put my other arm out to pet her on her side, and she started licking that hand. So that was our little bonding. I'm washing laundry right now. I've got some stuff I want to take over to Mom at the hospital tomorrow, besides the little charger for her hearing aid, and I did some other stuff that's drying off. Also got a few videos posted did some editing, stuff I haven't done since I moved in here, because I can't do that when my mom is walking around. I can't really talk on the mic. So I know one day she's not going to be here, and I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully she does come back, but she drives me up a wall every night. She looked at me in the ambulance and she said, I am sorry I'm doing this to you, because she knows. She knows I don't want to lose her, and she also knows that she makes my life very difficult when she's in the house. So that's what's going on with me right now. I don't know how I'm going to get through this night. Hopefully I don't cry my eyes out. Normally at this time she would still be in the den, either watching TV with the TV blasting and driving me nuts, or in the bedroom, in the kitchen doing her inhaler, or asking me what medications or inhalers or what she should be taking, or So all I can do is I can hope that she didn't damage her throat, that she didn't damage the heart, and that she gets out tomorrow. Maybe she'll get a good night of IV liquids to pump her up a little bit, and some fluids in her, and some food in her, and maybe they'll clear out her lungs a little bit, and hopefully I can pick her up tomorrow afternoon. That's my hope. She might not get out until another day. As long as she doesn't sit in that bed and have a heart attack or a stroke or die over there, that's all I care about. So, all right, 29 minutes. I just lost all my viewers, and I'm going to shut this thing off and go relax. I'm done posting for the night. I just wanted to post this one. And that's it. All right.